Good afternoon, Corey. I appreciate you taking the time here to work on our project with our Union Synergy Group and educating air traffic controllers on what we do within Region X. You work for our mission support group within the ATO. I was wondering if you could describe what you do and broadly what your group does for the FAA.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me here today. So I work in the Western Service Center Planning and Requirements Group on the NAS Planning and Integration team. So I serve as the lead planner supporting the Northern California geography. I primarily serve as the primary point of contact for customers external to the Planning and Requirements Group. So this would include groups such as the air traffic and tech ops districts, airport authorities, state and local governments, and other aviation authorities. Kind of our primary function within the NAS Planning and Integration team is we are working strategically with airport authorities and airport district offices, reviewing out-year airport capital improvement plans. And we're trying to identify impacts to FAA-owned systems and facilities and infrastructure. Broadly speaking, once we identify impacts, we work to determine whatever the necessary mitigations are for those impacts. This usually requires development of a reimbursable agreement, which is a fancy word for a contract, and that funds the agency's ability to perform those mitigations. So a specific example of that may be an airport wants to do a runway extension project. The FAA owns the facilities on that airfield, such as the instrument landing system, the precision approach path indicator, a PAPI, or an approach lighting system. All of those are based off of siting orders that are going to be based on the runway thresholds. So if you're extending that runway 500 feet, you're going to have to relocate all those systems, essentially 500 feet. So I'm the one that works through trying to identify what the airport's going to be doing and understanding what those impacts are and how we mitigate it. So broadly speaking, you have the airport working on all of their project plans, and then you also have all the normal FAA capital improvement plans coming down, doing system upgrades, maintaining the NAS. So we kind of take all of those plans and try and integrate them into one cohesive plan that takes into account ensuring the safety of the NAS, reducing impacts to operations, finding efficiencies in resourcing so that we're not sending engineers from a bunch of different groups out at different times, and just generally trying to reduce the cost to the agency.
Corey, while you work out of Northwest Mountain, do you have peers that work across the entire country?
Absolutely. So my office is based in the Western Service area, so I work in the Western Service Center providing services to the greater WSA. But we also have a service center located in Fort Worth and also in the greater Atlanta area, providing those services to Central and Eastern.
I heard you mention an airport capital improvement plan for the different airports across the country. I assume then you work hand in hand with other lines of business, that generally be an airports division, but do you also interact with air traffic control at all?
Absolutely. So as we're going through reviewing the airport's capital improvement plans, we're working very closely with airport district offices, with their EPS, their environmental protection specialists, their program managers and planners, looking at the longer term plans and how they fit into FAA orders and grant administration. And then also we're coordinating with air traffic and tech ops districts, looking at how those plans, as they come to fruition, are impacting the operations at facilities. So certainly working closely typically with air traffic managers or support staff, depending on the size of the tower that we're coordinating with, and also NATCA representatives from air traffic and looking at how projects are implemented and what the impact is to the personnel in the tower.
So would it be valuable for counterparts in air traffic to know you personally within NATCA?
Absolutely. We may have opportunities to interact on multiple occasions. Usually, those are going to be pretty minimized strategic planning functions, but having a general awareness of what each of us does is I believe, an integral part of making sure we ensure safety. If they don't know what we're out there doing, that certainly is a risk to the system.
Ultimately, projects that your group may oversee, help coordinate, and eventually get constructed, are those end products used by air traffic control?
Absolutely. Like I said, any of the systems on the airfield that air traffic is relying on for the safe movement of aircraft through the national airspace system, everything ranging from communication systems to surveillance systems to navigation systems, we have a direct hand in ensuring that those systems are coordinated and improved in such a way that it's allowing air traffic to do their job without any surprises.